We have complained for weeks about the use of Mercedes Moné in AEW. And now we're finally getting her first match against Willow Nightingale, the champion. It is for the TBS Championship, and they did not do really any. I think they had a video package on Dynamite, but really that contract signing 2 weeks ago was sort of the final period point of this feud leading up to it. I really like how Chris Statlander plays into this. I really like how all these other characters play into this. The injury angle, Mercedes Moné coming back as a heel, Willow Nightingale as the smiling babyface champion. I am extremely excited for this match. This gets $7 for me. I cannot wait to see it, and we get to see Mercedes Moné in a wrestling ring again, and I'm extremely excited to see this. It will get the time it deserves. Unlike the Queen of the Ring matches in Saudi Arabia, they respect women where they're fighting this match, and I cannot wait to see it. What do you think about this?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna give us a 6. I'll give it a 1 less than you. I'm excited for Mercedes Moné's debut. I've loathed. I can't underscore how much I've hated how they've booked her since she arrived at Big Business in March. It's just been ridiculous. She should have showed up earlier this month, looking back on it, if that's all they had for her. But Mercedes Moné should win this match, walk out, debut as the TBS champion. But overall, the build has sucked, but I'm still excited to see Moné and Willow Nightingale. So $6 for me.
Who wins?
Moné. She's going to walk out as champion.
I think Willow retains. I think Willow finds a way to retain, and I do think a Statlander turn is happening here. And I know it's dumb to pick against Mercedes Moné in her first match back, but if there's some way to keep Willow as a strong champion, I think you got to do it because she is phenomenal. Maybe Statlander turns on Willow. You know, we still don't know who attacked Mercedes Moné. There's a lot of storyline here that we need to wrap up into a bow here, and I just want to find a way for Willow to retain and Mercedes to still look strong, and I don't know how we do that, but I am intrigued by the possibilities here. Let's move on to my favorite match on the card. I'm not trying to reach 50 here. I don't know if I will reach 50. But I have been talking for weeks how much I like Adam Copeland and the turns that we have been getting to the dark side here. I've talked about how much I've loved House of Black and them looking as powerful as possible here. Kyle O'Reilly, again, just fed to the wolves on AEW Dynamite to make Malakai Black look ever stronger. Dude, I'm paying $15 for Adam Copeland and Malakai Black in a barbed wire cage match. There's going to be just destruction. There's going to be blood. There's going to be guts. There's going to be gore. And there's going to be two men who are excellent at their job going at each other. And I have no idea where this is going. I have no idea who can come out on top. I have no idea who's going to turn bad here. There's so many ways, so many paths that can be forged for the future of these two men in this promotion after this match that I am so excited to see it. $15 from me. I think Adam Copeland goes over, and I think we see a bad guy breaking out of his shell here, like a butterfly with his wings. I cannot wait to see it. $15 from me.
That feels high, but I do. I appreciate the excitement. I know you love the storyline. I have enjoyed it as well. It's picked up. I enjoyed the bloodbath last night on Dynamite by Copeland to Malakai Black.
Old school, man. And that blood looked ugly. Like that looked good.
Strawberry jam. It looked gross. But then I feel like we might have a Gangrel sighting at this pay-per-view. I feel like we're going back to the old Brood days with Copeland. And this will be my highest value match, I believe. But I'm not going to 15. I'll go to 10. I don't want to go too high, not too low, but this is the match that means the most to me on this card, which is shocking to me looking at these matches. You'd think some of these would have been clicking more, but no, I think you nailed it. I think Copeland's turning heel, or at least getting another chapter in that story. They hinting strongly towards him turning heel, but yeah, I've enjoyed this rivalry, and Copeland. This has been the Copeland's best feud. I've enjoyed this better than his match with Christian so far. So
yeah, I've enjoyed it too. I'm so excited to see what happens in this match. I'm legitimately, whether I add up to over $50 or not on this little game we're playing, I'm buying the pay-per-view just for this match. Like if this was $50 alone, I would have bought the pay-per-view. I cannot wait to see what's going on here. But there's two more matches on the card. They are very pivotal matches. And the first one is the Anarchy in the Arena match. Man, if you wanted shenanigans, do I have some for you? We have Okada, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks versus Team AEW. That's how they're being billed. Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, and FTR. We had flamethrowers. We had there was so much going on in that end there. Jack Perry hitting Bryan Danielson fighting Satnam Singh when what I believe is his first singles match on television. And I thought it was pretty dang good for the guy for having his first singles match. Obviously, he can't do too much. He's 7'2". He's a legitimate giant. And I thought Danielson playing the David versus Goliath role, I was into it. I was really into it. Jeff Jarrett's in there with the guitar, a lot of craziness. But I bought every second of it. The Elite came out, beat the crap out of everybody. Darby comes in with a flamethrower being dropped off by Tony Khan in an SUV. First time we've seen him since he got killed by the Young Bucks. Man, I don't know what's going to happen in this match. I have literally anything can happen. Darby Allin, please be okay. Please be okay. That's all I'm asking for. And these guys, I believe in all 8 of these wrestlers. I believe all 8 of these men are excellent at their jobs, and I'm excited to see them face off. I think the Elite take it, and I'm still paying $10 to see it happen. Bob, what do you think?
I have so much mixed feelings about this match.
Go through it, man. Go through it all.
Well, just because the final 5 minutes of last night's Dynamite, everything that's wrong and everything that's right with AEW, like in one segment, it was freaking ridiculous. It was absurd. The last 5 minutes of that show, we had Tony Khan just showing up in a broad daylight in the video. They just couldn't film it at night. So it's just broad daylight. He shows up and drops them off. So they dropped him off 7 hours ago, we're to assume. Again, it's ridiculous. But then he comes out with a flamethrower, and the crowd kind of was reacting. And then Bryan Danielson was like, yes, like trying to get everybody to make noise because they're all like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this is a wrestling show, right? Like, the final 5 minutes, I loved it at the end because it was so ridiculous. But it's also everything that's wrong with AEW because a person just tuning into that for the first time will be like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's like some guy in a pink coat with a flamethrower running around here.
Half of his face painted.
Yeah, it's just absurd. And he's injured. He just got hit by a bus.
Yep.
I'll give this 5. I'll just give it a standard 5 because it will be an entertaining match, but I'm frightened that Darby brought a flamethrower. He's getting set on fire at the pay-per-view. That's the way my brain works. And this guy can't afford to be set on fire right now. He can't go through a flaming table. I want him to be attacked before the match and taken out and replaced by somebody else. And I'm worried about Bryan Danielson. I'm just worried. I'm more worried, but I know they're going to deliver, and it's going to be insane. And there's going to be 10 times during this match that you're going to have your hands over your face, like, Jesus, don't get hurt. Like, that's what I'm anticipating, but I will give it a $5 value just with all associated with it. I can't go up to 10 like you. I just can't.
You brought up a great point, and another reason why I'm putting $10 on the line for this match. That pink jacket is the stupidest looking thing in the world, but it is just furry enough to catch on fire really well, Bob.
Yeah,
that thing will catch on fire real well, man. That might be the thing that gets them. Oh boy, you just brought that image in my head. I'm definitely definitely seeing that on Sunday.
Yeah.
Last match of the card. I'm not going to tell you where we are valuation wise till the end. It is the champion, Swerve Strickland, and the returning Prince Nana. A great return by Prince Nana, blocking off the escape of the challenger, Christian Cage, who will have Killswitch Nick Wayne and Mother Wayne by his side. Shout out Nick Wayne having a fun match against Swerve Strickland on AEW Dynamite. This is obviously about the numbers advantage that Christian Cage has, and can Swerve Strickland come out on top over that? I was very interested to see that Swerve Strickland was standing tall at the end of Dynamite, because that makes me consider the fact that Christian Cage could come out as the champion after this, but it does not make any sense to me with how much they've built Swerve Strickland and how much he matters to this world of AEW. He could be the guy that carries this company on his back, him along with Ospreay, and I believe everything about Swerve Strickland. I love when Swerve was in the backstage package with the Young Bucks and he's sitting in their chair acting like, king of the world. Like, I love the vibe that Swerve Strickland gives off. He's an excellent wrestler. I want Swerve to win. I'm excited to see this match, and because to me, Swerve is as important as anyone else. I think it's an auto 5 anytime Swerve, especially with a championship. This championship is in the building, so I'm giving $5 to this match, and I think Swerve wins. What say you?
This is one that this is one of the most frustrating matches for me because
Interesting.
I like both of these guys. I thought this took a little too long to get going. Like once he brought the family photo out, I think that was last week. I
Mm-hmm.
really started to get invested, but I didn't care about Mogul Embassy betraying
Yeah,
Swerve
no.
Strickland,
Yeah.
like that stuff. And Swerve, the first he just won the title. The last thing I want to see is like 3 weeks of him getting demolished. I want to see some celebration, and they didn't give us that. So I thought that hurt this. And it's the main event. It's going to be the last match of the show, and I feel like there's about 4 more matches on this card I'm more excited for, unfortunately. So I'm going to give it a 4. And it should be closer to a 10 with these two guys, but I just haven't been. It just hasn't grabbed my attention that much yet, unfortunately. And I think the rivalry is about to end. So
Yeah.
that's
And
that.
you think Swerve comes out on top?
Yeah, I don't think you can take the title off of him now, right? You got to give it to. I'd have him carry it till next year. Just keep it on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
See where it
I
goes.
hear you. Well, rounding up the numbers here. Again, this pay-per-view is $50. We just went through every match, gave each one a dollar value on how much we would pay for that individual match. And does it add up to more or less than the pay-per-view? Is this card worth the pay-per-view price for Robert Lentini? He's paying $40 for a $50 card. So it's under the price of admission here for Tony Squares. $52, just over that price of admission. And it's really based on 3 matches: Willow versus Mercedes, the Adam Copeland versus Malakai Black, and Anarchy in the arena. Those matches alone brought me really high, and I'm at $52. I will be buying this pay-per-view and excited for it. Week of wrestling, 2 pay-per-views, my friend. Before we go to the gimmicks of the week, how excited are you for the weekend here? Are you wishing you didn't have to work, or you think we're going to get some good wrestling here?
No, I mean it's work. It's writing about wrestling. It's not really work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that.
Yeah.
It's but I'm more like WWE is just kind of like feels like the Walmart of wrestling right now. It's like all right, there's the pay premium live event. All right, there's another one next month. We'll be okay. But Double or Nothing is supposed to be like I'm not getting that like fucking let's go. Like I want that feeling and I'm not getting it. So that's why I'm disappointed because I want AEW to be back. I want it to be thriving like it used to, and I'm just desperate for that to happen. And I feel like they get in their own way too much. But if just keep delivering good pay-per-views, if they could just fill in the gaps in the weekly television a little bit better, we'd be in business. But that's my thoughts on it.